Then after this, it's just one more before we do the podcast thing.
Grow up big and strong, Roku Rhoda.
Bruh, maybe a little too big and strong.
He's had a snack and now he wants to play.
Stack your tower. Strut your shit. Okay, what? What?
Suckity, stand back!
Was that him seeing his life flash before his eyes? Or was the weird fat baby the bear guy?
I'll help you.
No need. Just run. It's too late for me. Go. Hurry.
Take his sword. I feel like she should have a few more scenes of her being a capable samurai. Because like every time she got encountered with something on this island, she's just getting frozen.
They call him the Giant of Busan.
They literally already introduced this guy. Oh yeah, the guy she liked, but still
Those are the eyes
did
of a
not
predator
approve of
about to
her being a
strike.
samurai. I mean,
It'll be hard
I
for
guess
us
like
to
everyone,
escape together.
except she didn't like anyone else.
There's no choice.
Just the guy
I'll
that
kill
died.
him. But how can I? If that kick didn't do anything, that means he's as strong as an Iwagakure.
The Knight's Shinobi rule. Never forget it. Analyze the enemy's abilities with perfect accuracy.
Perfect
I need to
analysis.
see what he can do. What?
He needs a sword when he can wield a tree.
Stay away, you'll die.
But what about...
He's stronger physically.
You just gonna sit and watch Yuzuriha? Help me. You've got your own ninjutsu, right? So back me up like you said you would.
What's the other guy gonna do?
Don't worry, I'd never go
Oh, he's
back on a
pinned up
promise.
with kunai? What the hell?
But we both agreed that you're the muscle and I'm in charge of relaying information. It's all you, Gabimaru. Don't die, Gabimaru. Gabimaru, you're our man. If you can't do it, we're screwed. Now get moving.
If I focus on the destruction he's causing, maybe I can find an opening.
Maybe you can superheat the next tree that he picks up. And he'll be like,
Quick reflexes. My instincts tell me. If I try to block those punches, I'll die instantly. Which means...
Ninpo! Stone Storm!
ooh. That's cool that it like shows you what the rock would do
Projectiles don't
to an
hurt.
average thing. Like a tree instead of a superhuman being.
Unforced blade!
But that attack is like striking with steel. What else
Imagine
do I
if he
have?
did that
there a
attack with
long-range
steel
ninjutsu that
instead of a
would work?
club.
This is pointless. I'm done. Just go.
Yo.
Leave me. It's fine.
Or at
You
least
can't give up
just
yet.
kill him
I'll stop the blood. You'll
right
survive
here.
this.
You baffled
before
me,
he
Sucky.
becomes a mushroom or
Moments
a
ago,
flower.
You were blustering with all the stubbornness of a man. But this is the gentleness of a woman.
It has nothing to do with men or women. The
Yeah,
point
it's almost
is,
like people
I
are
don't want
people,
my
dude.
senior to die.
Oh.
So this is the way you've chosen to live. Rather than thinking in opposites, men or women, strength or weakness, you
Bruh.
acknowledge both sides as parts of yourself.
Yep, that's the
Your
idea.
philosophy in life is to embody the middle way. I finally understand.
She's a she-they. He gets it.
A warrior's sword is his soul, so please accept mine. You and I both know that Rokuroda probably killed Ace and Dono. If you
She's
choose
gotta
to
be
a
her own
samurai,
strength.
I won't tell you to run away anymore. So kill him with this.
Okay, it's nice that she's finally
Yamada
getting a
Asaiman,
moment.
Sagiri.
Projectiles don't work, but I can't get close.
I like it when he gets all
I need
wide-eyed
to
like
use
that.
ascetic blaze. If I had some backup, I could find a blind spot.
Yo.
Insert your blade at the point where extended muscles, tendons, and bone all converge. And even the strongest of bodies can be cut open. No matter how outlandish the foe, the execution's the same. Understand the body structure, and strike at the gaps.
Hell yeah.
This style
We got the
is the
soundtrack
Yamada
going.
Asaiman way.
Dun, 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 dun,
Gabimaru.
dun, dun.
Perfect timing. I could use a little help.
We got this beep boop
We'll do
music.
this together.
We
Please!
cannot
I'd
fail
like
with
to
the
go and
beep
attend to my
boops.
fellow students' wounds.
Why? He's basically dead already.
Huh.
And let's be real. You're not that kind of guy.
Was he?
By the way,
Oh,
we've
did
been
she
making
just
a lot
read
of
him?
noise and nothing else has
Was he
tried to
gonna
attack
actually
us in a
finish his
while.
student off?
We should stay up here in case something comes. Let it kill those two first, and then we'll run.
He stopped bleeding already.
I guess for him, that's not much of an injury. We need a killing blow. Let's
This
aim
boy
between the
clocks
bones and decapitate him.
quickly.
But his neck is too high up.
So we bring him down here. Cut his legs so he has to kneel.
That's easier said than done.
Huh? But you can do it, can't you? I'll handle his attacks.
It's like it won't be a piece of cake, but you can probably manage. Sever his Achilles tendon.
What?
Oh, okay.
Are you
A
okay?
subversion.
Yes. He's condemned to death, and he killed my senior.
Like,
But
she wasn't having
If I
doubts
attack in a
there.
blind rage, my technique will suffer. I have to remain calm and put my feelings aside.
So she was just too riled up. That's why it didn't do any damage.
Watch out! Here he comes!
Not good. I must have strained my leg while I was dodging him. His blows are really hard to avoid.
He could kill me with a single open palm strike. I mustn't lose my composure, not even for a second.
Oof.
It's difficult to cut him between the bones when he's thrashing around. His movements don't leave a gap. I can't hit him. Decapitations are done with the target bowing their head. I need him to bow. Then I can do it.
But if our attacks can't cut through his limbs, then how do we get him to do that? Ask nicely.
Have you tried pumping lava into his
This
legs?
is too complicated.
Like you did with his monsters?
Is his stomach growling?
I was not expecting that. He's got a psychic screech. Yo, I don't like how red his eye is. Oh my goodness, it's making my eyes want to water.
I was being cautious because of his insane strength. But I can withstand this. I know I can handle it.
Oh shit.
He's bleeding.
Damn it. I need to get up. That wasn't a fatal blow. Come on,
And she
stand.
sliced the arm? Slice and diced?
Death. Above all else, I have to remain calm. Suppress your emotions. Think logically. Breathe. Forget how you feel. And focus your mind.
Is she gonna calm the ocean?
That's the philosophy you have in life.
Don't split things up. Instead, you should accept each of the opposing concepts for what they are. Emotion and reason. Turn your feelings into strength. Use logic to focus on the goal. Not calmness or passion, but the middle.
She's rediscovered herself.
In the Tamashii Ituryu, she's all the way down at rank 12. But in the Yamada clan, the rankings aren't based on one's prowess in combat alone. They represent a person's suitability to lead the clan. So as a woman, she loses by default. But if you examine her in terms of pure skill, she's...
Sagiri lacks experience as a warrior on the battlefield. But when her responsibility is in line with the feelings in her heart, when she stops hesitating, her ability with a sword is second to none.
Yo, is he gonna die already?
She may fear the monsters on this island, but as an Asaimon, she's unafraid to face even the worst criminals. She's always been such a stubborn samurai.
I was right about her from the beginning. I sensed it when I first met her. She's extremely strong.
It's crazy to hear his wailing in the background.
There. His head's within reach.
Imagine if he just had super powerful dreads that blocked it.
I guess it's not that simple.
There has to be a way we can keep his head low enough to strike him down.
I've got an idea.
Or maybe we could just stab him in the gut
kind
a
of
bunch of
extreme.
times. Finally, we're using the fucking fire powers. Jesus Christ.
The Giant of Bizan. Close quarters is too risky, but long range doesn't work. The only way is to slice between his bones and decapitate him. And no amount of physical ability is enough.
I'm gonna have
We
to
need the
use my
specialized beheading
superpowers.
skills of a Yamada Asaimon. But he's so huge and fast, we can't afford to make any mistakes. So...
Supercharge!
Crap. We have to get out of here now.
Ninpo Stone Storm. Ascetic Blaze Mode. Ninpo Zephyr Weave. Ascetic Blaze
Actually,
Mode.
that would be a pretty good way of just getting rid of all the harmful foliage and butterflies and such. Just light the whole island on fire.
Don't overdo it. I believe that should be enough.
Will the smoke inhalation get him? Like, what's
Keep moving,
this
you
gonna
four-eyed
exactly
raccoon
do?
dog. They're not just trying to kill Roku Rhoda. They're setting fire to this whole area.
Are you saying?
Yeah, exactly. The oils from the raw wood give off smoke. So by setting all the branches
So they're
and
making
leaves
him
on
cry
fire,
more and his
they're
eyes
causing
redder?
the sky above them to get super smoky. Since he's throwing a fit, it won't take him long to inhale a ton of it and start choking.
Uh-huh. So they
Little
are
known
going for
fact,
smoke inhalation.
when you're executed by fire, the flames aren't nearly as deadly
Her
as the poison
mentor
from
is
smoke.
probably going
Poison?
to
Smoke
be burning
contains
alive
carbon
right now,
monoxide.
though.
It binds to the hemoglobin in the
Like
blood,
the guy who's
which
injured,
causes the entire body to rapidly
who's
become oxygen
sitting against that
deficient.
tree
This
bleeding
is
out,
known
he's
as
gonna
carbon
fucking burn
monoxide
alive.
poisoning.
Trust me, it's not fun. But as long as you stay crouched, you won't inhale any smoke.
Well, we could still burn to death. Now, which is
Get
going
his
to happen
toes,
first?
get his little
Will he
footsies.
suffocate, or will his head come down?
It's down. Get him! Oh, damn.
This is your chance! I can't
Dude,
hold it still
stop
forever.
hesitating. Just fucking slice. Maybe she's trying to line it up perfectly. Will this finally be the perfect
Calmly.
slice?
Fiercely.
The perfect slice? No pain?
Hungry, play, hungry, play, hungry.
Bruh.
Why is my belly never full? Why won't anyone play with me?
We let your rampage spin out of control.
Yo.
You must have been scared. I'm sorry. It's because I lack experience. But now everything's all right. You won't have to suffer any more hatred. Anyone who hated you is dead. And like them, I hope you rest in peace.
Oh, that's pretty dope. That's a dope way of looking at execution, I guess.
Flames are only getting bigger now.
Looking at it in
We
a
should get out of
positive
here
way.
before any monsters show up.
I mean, as positive a way as you could, I guess.
Genji Dono.
Hey! Hurry up or we'll burn!
Is he already dead? Yeah.
There's no time to mourn. Not even my fellow students. So while I'm here, I must be strong. Strong.
Rather than thinking in opposites, men or women, strength or weakness, you choose to embody the middle way.
I didn't realize he like helped her train and stuff. Yo, Kermit's looking fly over there.
Here come the monsters.
Most animals would try to avoid a fire.
Oh, are
For
they
some
trying to put
reason,
the fire
These
out?
creatures appear to be heading directly toward the flames.
Yet another thing that makes them
They got their own fire brigade.
There's no choice. We'll have to go in the direction they're all coming from.
That's reckless.
Oh yeah, it's a stupid move, but we gotta do it. Because wherever they live is probably where the elixir of life is.
Yeah, and if
I still
their
haven't recovered from
patrol
earlier,
is
though.
out, then you
This
can
whole
sneak
thing
in
sucks.
easily,
Need a break.
or at least
you wanna
easier
give up,
than
then?
before.
No way. Whenever we find a new lead, I'll follow it until I reach the end. Then I'll get the elixir and go back home, so I can see my wife again. How about
Just
you?
reiterating
Aren't you
everything
worried
to
about
the
losing more
audience.
samurai buddies?
She's like, not really, actually.
No. They took this job knowing that they were likely to be killed. Worrying would be disrespectful. If I care about them, I should find the elixir as soon as I can, so we can all be free from this danger.
Glad we're on the same page.
Remember, I'm still your
Let's
monitor.
get it.
Now that's odd.
So the vixen and the raccoon dog ran all the way here, huh?
What is it? What are they gasping at?
Hey! I thought we made a promise to help each other.
Down there. Is that a village?
I'm
Ooh,
not sure what else it could be.
How strange.
it's
If we're meant to
overgrown.
believe that this island is Shinsenkyo, then according to legend, there should be hermits here.
I wonder what their fluid is. I mean, it's probably not blood, right?
Man, this is
Oh
gross.
my god, he's
Doesn't fill
drinking
you
it?
up either.
Brother,
Yo,
are you sure that's safe to eat?
Not eating. I'm drinking it.
That's
because that's what you
crazy.
do for water when you're killing animals in the mountains. So I've been
I
meaning
mean,
to
I
ask
guess you would exhaust
what are those
yourself
hermits
pretty
that you were
quickly.
talking about earlier?
If you only had
Well,
3 days
I
rations.
guess you'd call them imaginary. Shanxian philosophy describes them as immortal superhuman beings who cast mysterious spells. Most of them take the forms of old men. They may exist on this island. The thing is, it's supposed to be hermits who reside in Shinsenkyo, and not monsters.
Sounds stupid.
Hermits, isn't that?
We should just kill
isn't
the
like the
old geezers and
plural
call it
of
a day. I
hermits
gotta
an
rustle up something to eat,
oxymoron?
don't
How can
I?
there be hermits living
You're joking,
together?
right? Brother?
Something's out there. This better be something I can eat.
Oh, okay. All right. Aha! Just a little sapphic peach enjoying. Yo, is that like a dead god? Do they just live here? They're just chilling? Okay, well that was that. Oh, this is the last one, episode 7. Okay, cool. Let's get into it, folks. Last one. Last one of the binge. I like that golden boy. Maybe they'll have some insight about this island. I mean, if they live
They're
here.
Beautiful. But this is no place to be so carefree.
What are these two humans doing here? How did they get past the Soshin?
The way you just said that makes me think you're something other than human. Let me guess. You're monsters too, aren't you?
Adorable. How about this? Come over here and fool around with us.
And what?
That's a repulsive idea. Sorry. It's not every day we get to see humans live this long. Shameful.
Wow.
They've
The
spoiled
duality.
the mood, just when things were
Getting good. So now they'll die.
Not surprising. Anything can happen here.
The duality of
point
the
isn't whether that
androgynous
village has real
bias,
hermits in it or
monogamous and
All that
not.
matters is whether we're about to meet new friends or foes. Nothing else.
Oh shit. So they're just like folks. So I guess these are the hermits? Right? Are these the hermits? I guess we'll find out.
Ultimately. But yeah, Genji gets clapped pretty severely. It's like his entire side's gone, and like Sagiri's like, "Oh, let me help you," and he's like, "I am toast, sister." he's completely borked. But yeah, from here, like going back to the fight, Sagiri uses the blade that Genji gives her after she broke hers. It's kind of like a full circle moment there, where he's kind of like understanding, like, listen, like, you got to take mine. It's the warrior soul, right? But you also need this just in this fight, so I'm gonna give this to you because I don't need it anymore. She slices off Rokurota's fingers, and you know they tactically take him on at this point. She slices off the fingers, and then together she and Gabimaru attack him, and but they're completely overwhelmed after that. And then Gabimaru really does his ult at this point, and you get to see the Nimpo ascetic blaze mode technique to attack Rokurota with balls of flame. You think initially, but it kind of forms into something else. I think him using the environment to his benefits really, really cool. I don't know what you think about that, Whiz.
Yeah, just the fact, like, I would probably want to burn this forest down too. It seems like the logical thing, especially with all of these insects just hanging around, like the insects and all the plants. Just burn it down, burn it all down.
Yeah, this whole island needs to, like, they need to have a good, like, cleansing fire for this whole place.
You need some napalm and Agent Orange up in here.
Agent Orange, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was great. The fight, like my favorite part of the fight was the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Because like our main character is like a fire boy. He's spitting fire everywhere, and the lady is the opposite. She is like she doesn't literally have water powers, but it like you can definitely see the contrast that they're trying to do between both of them when there's just flames all around him, and then Tree is thinking she's visualizing the ocean and like waves that are instead of like crashing into each other and fighting each other, they're being a little more calm but still moving with the flow of the earth. And that's when she can finally bring a tormented soul to rest, which I think is a very interesting way of looking at execution, where like there's a tormented soul, it's not working well in society. Like he was going against society, he wasn't conforming, he wasn't like he killed his parents. He killed his parents, and like who else? God knows what else.
He killed a million people. It feels like because he's not getting what he wants. He's acting out. He's a child, really, overgrown giant child, and he's, doesn't conform to society's norms, like you're saying, right?
And she brings him peace, and that's the first soul that doesn't weigh on her. It's the first one where she's actually able to do the thing that she said she was going to do. And it's not by just removing all doubt, it's by realizing that life is filled with doubt. Life is filled with every sensation, and you need to find a way to let those sensations and emotions run through you, not take control of you, not to fight against them, but just to experience them and then just exist with them. Like you don't need to be like, oh, I'm so overcome by this or that. You just need to get the job done.
Sure. Yeah, and it's okay to like linger in that feeling a little bit, but when you're completely encapsulated by it, like with Sigiri is with her fears and doubts, you're kind of losing the plot a little bit. And I do like this. This is, Noah also mentioned that this reminds some of this stuff is like Demon Slayer in that way, where this specifically reminds me of putting to rest the demons in Demon Slayer, where they kind of have that moment of tranquility before they ultimately pass, where they do also get their heads lopped off too in Demon Slayer. But there's that nice moment where it's after, the jungle catches fire, Rokuroda basically is like carbon dioxide, and they talk about it, like basically it's hitting his bloodstream, choking his life of all oxygen, bringing him to his knees so Sigiri can actually finally do the move. And it's just, it's that little moment of peace he has with her after she centers herself, calms herself, commits to it, and kind of holds his head in her hands. It's a really touching moment for kind of like misunderstood character ultimately, I think. Rokuroda is just like this, total outcast of every size and portion in his life, and it's the one piece that he gets in his life and that she understands, I think, so far in her job being kind of an executioner. Noah, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that the whole scene is just like the whole show at that point is like leading up to sort of like this like conclusion of like, yeah, I just need to accept who I am and accept, my where I'm at emotionally and logically in this scenario. And I love that sort of conjoining of emotion and logic. We had a discussion the other day just about like how much I like that like conjoining of emotion and logic when you're thinking through things like this. So I think that Sigiri is just really becoming a very well-rounded individual at this point. Like she's starting to lose a lot of that self-doubt and realize like, no, I am a valuable individual with both emotions and logic. Yeah,
she's probably the strongest character in the show, I think, just she's like the most well-rounded besides, of course, Gabimaru.
Yeah.
But I love the way her doubts, fears, and ultimate triumph over them are portrayed in an artistic sense, especially with the waves, with the calm. I love that she's like, don't lose your edge, but be calm like a wave and stay with the motion, kind of. And it shows that on screen with the waves kind of like moving and lulling back and forth. It's a very tranquil visual, kind of juxtaposed against her having to put this lost soul to rest, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful scene, maybe the most potent of the show so far, and it's the culmination of her character up to this point for sure, with her completely understanding the task that she had to kind of partake in, right? From there, she decapitates Rokuroda. End of that character. He kind of dies with one eye open and tears going down his face, and she closes the one large eye through the kind of like paper slip mask he's wearing. At this point, since everything's on fire, like it's kind of a big fireworks show and attraction. So they use that as their escape to kind of hightail it out of there, both Gabimaru and Sagiri. And they both realize that the sooner they find the elixir, the more lives can be saved, the quicker they can leave the island because of it. They end up meeting up with Senta and Yuzuriha after they kind of finish with Rokuroda.
It's funny because while they're like throwing fire all around to set this place on fire, Yuzuriha's like, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, she's already like made her exit. She doesn't want any part of this, but she's the first to leave.
Yeah.
Very funny. Yeah, again, Yuzuriha
She kind of like carries. She almost like carries Senta around too, like he's like some
a little
kind
bit,
of, like,
yeah,
item or something like that. She's like,
it's so funny that like he's, so Senta's supposed to monitor her, and she's like taking him like a pack. Yeah. It's really
He's
good.
pinned to a tree during the fight with Kunai.
Right, she ties him up. Yeah.
He's not even trying to get out of it. He's completely cool with it. He does not want any part of the fight at any point.
No.
Yeah, he kind of just yells at them from a distance. It's really good.
Yeah.
The comic relief Yuzuri is levying is very, very good. Once they meet up, they arrive at the village, which we get into in a large part in the next episode. But meanwhile, after slaughtering the monsters who attacked them, Azachobe and his younger brother Toma come across the two naked androgynous lovers hissing in the jungle. Now, these characters are some of the most fascinating artistically, sexually, and presentationally, I think. And I kind of want Whiz's thoughts about them, because they have this really interesting kind of encounter with them at the beginning of episode 7, the end of the ones we'll talk. That's really frightening because of what happens, like they morph and stuff. What's your thoughts of the Tensen kind of initially?
So initially I was like, okay, I'm glad that there's more to this island than just semi-sentient tree folk or like Taoist Buddhist deity. Like they were remarking on how they seemed like deities, but like morphed terrible versions of them, like unfinished versions of deities. So it is cool to see a more evolved version of life on this island. That or the even, fact that they're oh, go ahead.
Well, even I mean, just a quick insertion. It's the fact that there's intelligent life that's not just this incomplete work, right? That are these creatures that are just kind of mindlessly walking around speaking kind of Buddhist hymns or whatever. Like they're actual people, godlike beings that function and speak, you know? Because up until this point, you haven't seen that on Shinseikyo. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, their whole existence is cool. And the fact that they don't have any genitalia or sexual organs, like no areola.
Nothing.
Because cool, they're plant people. They're plant folk. And it will be cool to see what the elixir does. I mean, I guess it's like a concentrated powder made from the plants that are made from the humans.
They get into that in 7 for sure, where they show that,
So I guess it'll affect different people in different ways. I'm curious as to how it affects others. I'm curious as to whether those androgynous folks are even human. Like, I know they're not human now, but were they ever human? Because, you know, they're supposed to be those monks from the village. So, like, what took that monk village and turned it into what it is now and what these people are now?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like what turns you into a Groot and what turns you into an androgynous angel, whatever, you know?
Flower
I'm just
person.
interested. Yeah, flower, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the fact that, because I thought maybe it was a hive mind on this island too.
Sure,
I thought maybe it was all connected and like the island was working against invaders, but no, it's people, individuals. So that's and the fact that they have different thoughts on what to do with the intruders as well, because they usually don't get that far.
Right.
It's remarked upon that they usually are killed by the weird, malformed, half-baked deities. So the fact that they got this far, they're like, oh, should we actually kill them immediately, or should we like play with our food and then kill them?
Yeah, and that kind of dovetails into episode 7. But yeah, I guess initially, Noah, for your first time watching, what did you think of the Tensen whenever you see them show up? Because up until this point, like I mentioned, there has been no intelligent life on this island at all. It's just abominations, religious deities of many fish shapes and sizes, pretty much a lot of aquatic inspired things. But these are like actual flower people. I guess, what did you think of them initially in your first watch?
Yeah, it was
go ahead. Oh no, go ahead. I assumed it was for me because this is your second watch. So
no, you're fine. You're fine.
No, go
Ray
ahead.
to go first, and then yeah, Whiz after you.
Yeah. So yeah, it was shocking for me. Like the first time I remember watching this, it was just like, whoa, okay, we're just doing it. We got lesbians on the screen. All right, that's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's shocking because you're like they go into this clearing and then it's just like, oh, bang, right in the face. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing this, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's the first time that the show is like exploring any sort of like sexual themes really, and so it's, you know, they really like their shock value in the show. So like, flashbang. But
yeah, it does feel like a sexual flashbang a little bit.
Literal flashbang.
Yeah, right?
Literally.
But
flash and a bang.
But you know, it's interesting in the nature of it, because like it's, you know, two ladies getting it on, and then all of a sudden one of them like just transforms into a dude man. And it's like, oh, okay. He was just like experiencing it from the other side. Cool, all right, cool for him.
Yeah, it reminds me of Elden Ring with Marika when they do that.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
That really kind of ginned that up for me too. But yeah, Wiz, what did you think about that scene too? You wanted to say something earlier.
I was just gonna say, for the initial shock value of it, like making out on top of what looks to be a dead god's carcass is just badass. That's all I was gonna say.
It is a cool visual, yeah.
Just like imagine just like a celestial from like the Marvel universe or something, just like, yeah, I want to make out on top of that. Let's make out on top of the dead god. Or like after Kratos like kills a Greek god or like a Norse god or something, just like, let's just make out with someone on top of, like, I just thought that was funny. I don't know what the corpse is. Like, I don't know what that thing is.
What if we kissed on the frost giant? What do you say about that?
No. I just thought that was like a fun visual, like kissing on top of the carcass of a long dead, probably deity. I was like, all right, that's fun.
And we haven't. Another thing is, we haven't talked about the titles of this show. I love the theme song. First of all, we didn't even start at the top of that. It's really well rendered. I love the face that you get of the Tensen initially in that opening title credits, where it's like wide open eyes, yellow hair, and they're kind of like morphing back into this like gelatinous mess of flowers. I love the look of that in the title. And then you see them later, you're like, oh yeah, I remember seeing these things and going, that's a weird part of this theme song, but this is cool. I want to see where, because like I like watching shows, watching the themes or the opening scroll, whatever you want to say, the fun title treatments, and going like, okay, where is this thing that they're putting in here as a theme going to end up in the show? And it's fun to see the Tensen show up there.